All right, hey there everybody. So what we're going to do in this lesson is we're going to identify our angle pairs when we have two lines that are cut by a third line. And that third line is called a transversal, which is what you learned in your reading last night. All right, so looking at this diagram for your bell work, which angles are on the interior? Remember, interior angles are the four angles on the inside. And when you list your angles, you're going to list them numerically separated by commas and from least to greatest. Which angles are exterior or on the outside? Which angles are on the same side of the transversal as angle 7? Here's your transversal. It's the line that goes over the other two lines. Which three other angles are on the same side with angle 7? Which angles are on the same side of the transversal as angle 1? Which angles are on the alternate side of the transversal from angle 2? There's angle 2. Which angles are on the alternate side? And then I kept saying the word transversal. What is a transversal? All right, so when we're looking at this, the transversal, and I'm going to answer that last question for you right now. If you missed it, you can go back and change it. Which line is the transversal? The transversal is the one line that crosses over the other two. Get used to highlighting this line. We're going to be highlighting it a lot. So this question is asking, which is the transversal for A and B? Which one line goes over both A and B? And that would be line C. Here we're asking, which is the transversal for B and C? Which one line goes over both B and C? Making sure I'm still, yep. Which one line goes over both B and C? And that would be line A. Right there. Boom. All right, so let's name the pair of angles. Now, to name these angles, what we are going to do, you might remember this from first semester, especially if you're in my group. We're going to highlight that transversal. We always highlighted the transversal. Then we shade on the interior. We always highlight the transversal. We always shade on the interior. Now we're going to describe where the angles are. So X and Y. The first question we're going to ask, is X on the inside or is X on the outside? Well, X is an interior angle. It is inside the shade. Y is also an interior angle. It is inside the shade. X is on the right side of the transversal, and Y is on the left side of the transversal. When you are taking your test, I want to see you write all this down so we can identify these lines, or these angles, I'm sorry. Now they are both interior, so these are interior angles. One is on the right, one is on the left. They are on opposite sides of the transversal. That means they are alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles, and we abbreviate that AIA. Let's identify this pair. So we're going to do the same process. I am going to highlight the transversal. I'm going to shade between these two lines. This is always the interior. We shade the interior. And then I'm going to describe where the angles are. So X, you're going to ask yourself, is X inside or outside? Is it interior or exterior? And X is an exterior angle because X is not being shaded. If you look over, X is not in the blue, so it's exterior. However, Y is in the blue. Y is in the blue. You can see that. That makes Y an interior angle. X is on the right side of the transversal, and Y is also on the right side of the transversal. You can see that. Here's the transversal. Both the angles are on the right. Now, if you remember from your video lessons, and you should have watched the video lessons to understand these names, if they're on the same side of the transversal, they're both on the right. One is inside, one is outside. Those angles are called corresponding angles. So you would tell me these angles are corresponding. Let's take a look at this pair. Process is the exact same. Highlight the transversal. Shade on the inside. Then you're going to tell me about the angles. So X, you're going to ask, is it inside or outside? Right here's X. Right. Oh, come on. Where'd my cursor go? There it is. X is right here. X is outside. It is an exterior angle because it is not in the shade. Y is also exterior, because you can see Y is not in the blue. X is to the left of the transversal, and Y is on the right side of the transversal. Check that out. We are on the left, and we are on the exterior. Y is exterior and on the right of the transversal. If they're both outside, that makes them exterior angles. Now, are they on the same side or are they on different sides? And they are on different sides. That means they are alternate sides of the transversal. They are alternate exterior angles. And we don't write out alternate exterior angles. We just say AEA. So when we look at these ones, we're going to hit up the same process. Well, actually, that's not the transversal, because X and Y, there's no angles down here at the bottom. Down here at the bottom, there's no angles. So I don't even need this line. If you know, this is from Unit 1. They are on opposite sides of the X. These are vertical angles. And what I mean by the X, do you see the X right there? There's my X in yellow. They are on opposite sides. They are vertical angles. They still exist. Don't forget vertical angles. Now, when we're looking at these ones, I find the easiest way to do problems like this, if I give you a lot of angles all at once, or a lot of lines. These aren't angles, these are lines. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the lines that no angle touches. I don't need that line. I got rid of it because no angle touched that line. I'm going to get rid of this line. Boom. Now it looks a little friendlier. You can do the same thing. Here's my transversal. Here's the inside. We're talking about angle X and angle Y. X is an exterior angle. It's down here. It is not in the blue. Y is not in the blue. It is also an exterior angle. X is on the right side of the yellow line of the transversal, and Y is on the left side of that yellow line. So they are both exterior. They're on opposite sides. That makes them alternate exterior angles. I'm going to do the same thing with this guy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the line or the lines that don't have an angle associated with it. Let's get rid of this. So I'm going to get rid of this line right here. Oh, come on, Gilbertson. You made it worse. Boom, there we go. Better. So the one line that both angles touch is that line right there. Both angles touch that line. That makes that the transversal. Here's my inside. Describe where the angles are. X is interior because it's inside the blue. So is Y. They are both interior angles. X is on top of the yellow line. Y is on top of the yellow line. They are on the same side. So these are what we call consecutive. They are right in a row. Consecutive. Gosh, I forgot how to spell. Consecutive interior angles. Some people will say same side interior angles. I would take either one. So when we are naming angle pairs, what is the first step I always did? Here's a hint. It involved a color. Whenever we're naming these angle pairs, or we use parallel lines, or for the rest of this unit, and we got these angles, what should we do first? Alrighty, Patriots, that ends the video for today. So if you have any questions, please make sure you ask me. You're going to hit up the assignment, and I will see you when I see you.